You know, you guys, the Golden State Warriors are one of those teams that we've covered here on the channel where, honestly, there are so many positive things that we've talked about with them, you start to lose track. Because whether you want to talk about the fact that they're the reigning NBA champions, they've built up a dynasty that very few in the history of the game can match, or even that they have one of the brightest futures in the entire NBA at this point in time. The point I'm trying to make here, well, on the surface at least, it seems like all sunshine and rainbows for the Dubs. But, and I know some Golden State Warriors fans have known about this for a little bit, there seems to be an underlying issue or even a hidden dilemma, if you will, regarding Golden State that's been here for a couple years, but honestly, many people never thought we'd actually see it hit the light of day. And technically, it's still not even here yet, but we all know that it's coming eventually, and it's something that we absolutely need to discuss. One sec though, guys, if you haven't yet, don't forget to like the video if you do enjoy, subscribe, and turn on those notifications to never miss another NBA video. Love you guys. And also, for anyone who might be interested, we're starting to do a ton of NBA simulations and what-if style videos over on my second channel as well. Link to that will be in the description, but anyway, let's get back on topic with the Dubs, who again, as most of you know, are the reigning NBA champions and are also retaining the majority of their core components that brought them home the Larry O'Brien trophy going into next season. And they pretty much did this with ease, as most of the players were originally under contract for the 2023 season anyway. So in terms of essentially running it back, aside from departures of Gary Payton II and Otto Porter Jr., you pretty much got the same core of guys heading into the new campaign. So for right now, everything seems to be smooth sailing going into 2023, right? Yes, that is the case. The future of the Warriors is by no means in jeopardy at this point in time. And it's not even necessarily going to be in jeopardy in the future, but come the 2023 offseason, the Warriors front office is going to be faced with one of the most crucial decisions they will have to make regarding the future of the Golden State Warriors and which direction they might be leaning more towards. Because if you guys were not aware, once the Warriors do fill out their 14th spot for their rotation going into 2023, which they are actually holding out on right now in case Andre Iguodala does want to return for next season, they will be looking at a luxury tax projection of a whopping $177 million. And also, in case you guys didn't know, 3 of the Warriors' vital championship pieces are all eligible for contract extensions next season, which include the likes of Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and Jordan Poole. And you know, I could get into the entire salary cap and luxury tax situation and try to explain what would all be possible in this sense, but I'm going to say this as simply as I possibly can. If there is not substantial, and I mean substantial, pay cuts taken by multiple players on this Golden State Warriors team in the near future, they will be unable to keep the entire death line of 3.0 that includes Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and Jordan Poole. So, with that simply being explained, it obviously bears the biggest question of them all: who is going to be the odd man out of this group? And when we get back into the topic of the 3 players mentioned earlier who are all going to be eligible for extensions come the 2023 offseason, let's cover really quickly what they'll all be eligible to earn. And while some of you might not agree that they're all worthy of a max contract, this is likely what they're going to be requesting, as Andrew Wiggins is eligible for a $33 million a year extension, Draymond is eligible for a $31 million a year max, which he has already made very clear to the public he is going to be trying to obtain, and then you can't forget about Jordan Poole, who's eligible for a $27 million a year max. So if you were to take these 3 extensions and add them into what is already on the Golden State Warriors payroll, you'd be looking at a total payout over the next couple of years somewhere around $560 million, which is far over the amount the Warriors have said they will never exceed with their payroll, in that being $400 million. So with all of this, let's bring on the debate of who's gonna go. And again, yes, it is possible to keep all 3 if they all take historically low pay cuts, but it's unlikely, so we need to talk about this. And starting with Draymond Green, who, as we mentioned earlier, has stated he will demand a max contract come this next offseason, and he's willing to play elsewhere if that means he will get it. There's 2 main points in my thought process with Draymond Green right now. One being that I don't think another team will offer him a max contract that he is willing to go to at this point in his career, and 2, 2, I mean, I genuinely think that this is just a negotiating strategy by Draymond trying to get the biggest bang for his buck possible out of a contract to stay with the Warriors for the remainder of his career. Because for a guy like Draymond, who I will say his impact on the Golden State Warriors dynasty is still immensely underappreciated, he's still going to be 33 years old when he's actually eligible for this extension, and I really just don't see a world where he doesn't take a slight discount to stay with the Dubs. But even with a Draymond Green discount, and in fact even if he walked, all signs are pointing to that it would be a miracle after the 2023 season if the Warriors would be able to keep both Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins. So guys, which one are you picking? Because this decision kind of ties into what I was talking about earlier about the fact of, are the Golden State Warriors going to decide on winning as much as they possibly can right now by keeping Andrew Wiggins, or are they really going to try to continue to keep their eye on the future while also being in the present, which would mean keeping Jordan Poole? Let's start with the case for Andrew Wiggins, because for anyone who actually watched the NBA playoffs and the finals as well this year, it should be clear as day to you that he was the second best player, not just on a championship caliber team, but a championship team. And his numbers didn't just show for it, but his two-way excellence was finally recognized by the entire NBA world during this series. And also, with Wiggins just being 27 years old right now, the case can be made that he hasn't even hit his peak yet. I mean, in terms of being able to retain your high-level defense from last season and essentially being able to compete for more championships right here and right now while you still have Stephen Curry, the obvious answer seems to be Andrew Wiggins. But it's not that easy, because on the other hand, you got a kid in Jordan Poole who just turned 23 years old, already has NBA Finals experience, and based on his number jumps over the last couple of years, could very well blossom into one of the better players in the entire NBA down the road. And as we were talking about with Andrew Wiggins, the case can go against Jordan Poole for his defense, as that was relatively where he got picked apart throughout the postseason. But again, with him being so young right now, there is absolutely no saying that this can improve as he gets more experience. I don't know, you guys. I can confidently say though, if it does come down to this, there are going to be ripple effects for years to come, no matter which direction the Dubs might go in. But there are so many different situations that we could actually see the Warriors in when this actually hits the fan, considering it's still a year away. I mean, I'll just go over this one example, but there was a situation where someone was explaining how if the Warriors traded Klay Thompson either this offseason or in the middle of next season, that it would somehow open up a possibility of the Warriors being able to retain all three of these guys just at a little bit of a lesser discount. But then of course, you're just messing with the Warriors' championship aspirations to go back to back. You don't even know if all of these guys are going to take a discount if it's a possibility. I'm telling you, if you just dive into the rabbit hole of possibilities for the Dubs' future, it is a mess. But I think it's safe to say that with what the Warriors have shown us in the past, that they'll be able to figure this thing out one way or another. But of course, you guys know by now that I absolutely love all of your feedback with every situation that we discuss. So please let me know in the comments, who do you think the Warriors should keep, and ultimately what they should do after this season. Also though guys, again, if you haven't yet, don't forget to go down below and drop a like on the video if you did enjoy, and of course subscribe while you're down there. We're coming out with brand new NBA content every single week around here, you guys, so just believe me when I say it, you do not want to miss out. But also, I just wanted to say thank you so much to each and every one of you out there for watching. I appreciate all of you more than anything, you all know this, and I will see you guys in the next video.